In this video, I will show you how to make the espadrilles for the EFI Friends collection toys, which are 55 centimeters long. So you will have three details to cut. I'm showing now the toe cap pattern. We'll have a tag from both sides, two tags, and the sole. We will need to cut 2 soles for each shoe, so 4 soles for the pair. And here I'm showing why we need 2 soles. So if you use one sole, you will have all the seams open when you attach a sole to the shoe, but we want to cover it. We want to cover it with another sole and have all the seams hidden. So I will show you here now. You see, it's like beautiful neat finish with the second sole when we don't see any threads, any seams. Perfect. So you will need to cut 2 soles for each shoe, 1 back for each shoe, and 2 toe caps for each shoe. Once you cut all the details, place them on a piece of fabric which is approximately 35 centimeters by 22 centimeters big. So that's the best layout for the shoe. You see the bags, 2 bags for 2 shoes, 4 toe caps, and 4 soles for the pair of espadrilles. So once we trace all of the details, I would recommend to trace onto fabric all the marks as well. So now we can cut the details, all the details, and once they're cut, we can start sewing them. So all the parts are ready. Let's make the bags firstly. The bag is stretched. It is an elastic band in it. So you need to fold each bag at one side. Firstly, add ½ centimeter fold and then a centimeter fold. That is to make a place for our elastic band. So I'm doing this closer now. So don't forget, you always fold towards the left side of the fabric, of course. So it's now ½ centimeter fold, and now 1 centimeter fold. Iron it and sew it along these lines now. So this is now sewn, and you can see we can insert the elastic band now. So have 2 pieces approximately 7 centimeters long, 7 to 8 centimeters long. Use safety pin to insert the elastic band into it. Once the end of the elastic band reaches that point, sew this together, the fabric and elastic band, to fasten the elastic band. Then move it further and do the same on that side. So once it's out, remove the safety pin and sew the ends of the elastic band to the fabric now. So you have 1 bag now. Make another one absolutely the same way. This is your right side, left side. So you have 2 bags now for both shoes. Now we need to sew the bag in between 2 toe caps. So have 2 details for 1 shoe. Now we make this for 1 shoe. So this is right side. You will need to place the toe cap right sides facing, of course. Sorry, before So at the moment I'm just showing how it should look like, but when we will be sewing in, we need, of course, you see I'm turning this, so it's now the right side up, so the toe cap is right side up. You place the back on that as it is, and you place another toe cap again, so now it's left side up, so the toe caps are facing right sides with the back in between them. Once again, right side of the toe cap, place the back on it, place the back on the right side of the fabric. So we'll need to sew this together like this and then like this, but you need also, so now it's left side up, so the toe cap's right, and you will sew along this line. So I have now sewn it, you see that's the entire line, and the back is sewn in between. So then it's unfold it like that. You can even iron it for neat look. And this is, and sew here the sort of decorative line. That will be your shoe, your espadrille is just a sole missing. So we sew this stitch, and this is our left side, and we can attach a sole now. I have two, so finish the same for the another shoe. So place the back on the right side of the fabric of the toe cap, place another one so they face right sides, and finish it. So let's attach a sole now. Take two parts of the sole. So this is the right side. We always sew right sides facing, of course, so it's better to mark, as already mentioned, all the main points. So it's the center of the toe cap, and we need the center of the back as well. So basically it's a middle line, and that's the center. So we need hat pins now. So with the hat pins, we will now pin the sole to the main shoe. So this is the left side. You place it, the right side of the sole to the right side of the shoe. So firstly, connect all these central parts, all the central points, central to central. And then pin the whole back part, firstly, this and this, to the sole. So pin it nicely. So because you have few layers, always make sure all the layers of fabric aligning each other, so it's nothing, like moved or hidden, or you can see the excess of one layer. So the back part is pinned now to the sole. See, so it's better to use as many hat pins as possible so your curved lines are pinned accurately. And now we need to pin, so that's this part now. And now we need to pin the toe cap part. And the thing is, you can see it's slightly wider than the sole. This is for us to have the tuck. So this extra fabric is left to have the tuck. So because you already connected the center, make a tuck at the same distance from the center towards the center. You see how I'm doing this? So the fabric and tie cup, which is the excess fabric, it goes perfectly into the tag and it forms a nice dart, and you can see the rest connects perfectly, aligns, all the layers aligns perfectly. So one tag on one side and another tag on another side, so at the same distance from the center head pin, to use whole excess of fabric you have, make a tag. Tag should be approximately 0.5 centimeters, so you're losing about 1 centimeter making it, and then the rest of the sole matches perfectly the tag up. So now you will need to sew around it at 0.5 centimeters seam allowance. I never sew with the sewing machine and so many head pins. I don't like it. Plus the curved lines are quite tricky. I always baste it firstly by hand. Once it's basted and I'm 100% sure all the layers, all the tags at the right place, I will sew it with the sewing machine then. So I'm basting this now with a contrast fabric, so it's easily visible after when I will need to remove it. So just go around, and once it's basted, sew it with the sewing machine. It will make it easier to sew with the sewing machine, especially for tags as well, and especially because we don't want any layer to be moved. So the tag is done now, so it won't move when we do this with the sewing machine. All good. So once it's basted, continue around the whole sole until it's fully done, and it will be easier to sew as well with the sewing machine when all the head pins removed. So this is how it looks now. So the sole is attached to the main shoe, and now we can just sew with the sewing machine around it. So it's now sewn. I can now remove the red thread which I've used for basting. Just, it's easily visible, just cut it off, pull it off. So, and I slightly cut the excess of fabric around the seam allowance, around the seams, you can see, and now we need to attach another sole. So you cover the shoe with the sole, so you have the right side of a sole facing the shoe, and you sort of have the whole shoe in between two soles. So pin it together. You see the shoe is in between. Just make sure you don't forget to leave about 2-3 centimeters opening to turn it to the right side, and then we will close it with the ladder stitch, of course. So pin the whole sole again. And once it's pinned, sew it with a sewing machine at again about 0.5 centimeters seam allowance. If you didn't cut the excess of fabric from the previous step, sew it at around 0.6 centimeters. So don't forget to leave the opening. So sew it from this around to this. And we will turn it to the right side for this opening. So once it's done, make sure all is good, and I will again cut the excess of fabric. It just will be more accurate once we turn this inside out. So just really closer to the seam, but not too close again, yeah. So just about 3-4 millimeters maybe. So let's turn this now for this opening. Pull the whole shoe to the right side. Okay, the shoe is out. And basically the shoe is ready. Now we have the right side of our shoe. We turn it to the left side and we can see this opening which we need to close. So fold the edges inside and close this with a ladder stitch. Now all the edges accurately inside and just close it with a ladder stitch. So now when you finish it, turn the espadrilles to the right side, because it was all left side of course, yeah. So turn this to the right side and it's ready. Now time to try this on. Well, firstly we finish the second one absolutely the same way, and your toy can try this on. Finish the second two absolutely with the same steps, and yeah, just I hope you enjoyed this, and if you have any questions just ask them. The pattern for the shoes, the link for patterns are below this video, and the pattern will fit 55 centimeters EFI choice.